You've heard of origami, which is folded paper. Kirigami is paper that is both cut and folded. So you can print out this handy little packet that I've provided the link for. This has some really useful templates. It's a good place to start by just playing around. Other things that come in handy: writing utensil, scissors, requirement there. Rulers, very handy to use once you start doing your own. Glue, also very handy. Second pair of scissors when you lose your first pair underneath a pile of rubbish. Tape, really, really nice to have. I prefer masking tape, but somebody's hidden it in the house somewhere and I can't find it, so I'll be using the transparent tape. And a cup of tea, or 2 or 3. The first one we're going to work on is this one with 6 rectangles on it. So you can simply cut the paper in half, and we'll use just this portion. So for this packet, anywhere there's a solid line, that is for cutting. And anywhere there is a dotted line, that is for folding. So for ease in this video, we're going to simply work on the bottom rectangle. So begin by folding your paper along the center line. Next, we're going to cut along these lines. And because this is symmetrical, we can cut through both layers of paper at the same time. Next, we'll fold along this line. And then the other line. Then we will open up the paper, and the main fold will stay as it is, but this little part that's going to pop up, we're going to fold in the opposite direction. So it will fold out. So as the card opens up, that portion will be the part that pops out. Okay. Now we're going to go back and cut out this portion, or cut these lines here. And again, this is symmetrical, so I can cut through both sides at the same time. And again, I will fold up one way, turn it over, and fold the other way. Okay. And we'll open our card up. The main rectangle stays the same. It's going to pop out. But the new little rectangle that we cut out will fold in. Nice good crease. So now we have a part that comes out at the viewer and a part that goes in, recedes back into the card. Okay. So we could add different shapes onto this. We could put shapes onto this portion. We could carefully glue shapes onto this portion. We could cut different shapes out. You can do a whole number of different things with this. Okay, that's just the basics. next basic one that we're going to work with is this one right here that looks like a triangle. So again, we'll start by just cutting up off the portion that we'll use. We'll fold the paper in half. And again, I know that this is symmetrical on both sides, so I can use the scissors and simply cut the line. Again, the dotted line means folding. So we'll fold the triangle shape this way, and then the other way. Open our paper up, and the triangle shape is going to pop forward out of the card. Just fold it again, crease everything nicely. And then simply open up the card. So this can be this way. Here there can be shapes coming out of the top, or we can turn it over and this could be a skirt or a nose or any number of things. We can change the shape of this line. We can turn it around this way. We can put things on this side or here. We can change all the different areas. So that's that basic fold, cut and fold. Next we'll work on this paper that has the butterfly on it. This actually has a small little error on the paper. This dotted line here will actually be a cut line. So if you begin by folding your paper along this line right here, so folding your paper long ways, you can use this side if it doesn't have the error on it, and you won't get confused. So go ahead and cut out the shape. I'm not going to cut out the antenna just because it takes too long. Okay, next we're going to fold along this line here. So the little butterfly is just going to fold over that. And then we'll crease it on the other side so it's got a nice sturdy crease there. And then we'll open it all the way up. So for this card, the butterfly is going to come down inside of the card. So that when the page is opened, the butterfly pops up. Voila. So So when the page is open, the butterfly pops up. Okay, for the next sample, we're going to take things up a notch. So the next sample is the one with the flower. So begin by cutting the paper in half along the cut line. Now, we'll be using this portion, so put it aside for now, and we'll use it in just a minute. Next, cut out the flower shapes. Okay, next we're going to fold along the dotted lines. So begin by folding this flower in half. And then along the diagonals. It's always nice to crease things in both directions. Will make folding the card easier. Okay. Now, for this one, for this line right here that goes across the center, we're going to fold in half like that, or a mountain fold. See how it goes up into a mountain? And then these folds that we made on the diagonal are going to fold down, so we create a valley. So in the end, we have a shape that looks like this. Okay, let's set that aside. This one, we'll fold in half. Also make a small crease where the little tabs are there. And finally, we'll take this piece and fold it in half as well. Now, with your glue stick, you're going to glue this surface and this surface. So I'll just grab a little scrap piece of paper to do my gluing on. That's one side. Yeah, gluing the second side's a little bit tricky, isn't it? Second side. Okay. Now the point, this little point here, is going to sit right against the fold. So I'm going to push one side down, and then what I'll do is we'll just simply close the fold over. Push the glue down really well, so that when we open it up, the little flower pops open. Now this is something nice to do, all in its very own. But the next bit that we're going to add will be the twist, quite literally. Okay, so next thing that we'll do is we'll take this flower here, and the folded line is going to be perpendicular to the crease of our main page. Okay, so the crease of our main page is going this way. The folded line of the second flower is going this way. Okay, so we're going to set that right on top of there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of glue here on the top side of that tab. And then we're going to glue the tab to the top side of this flower. Just like that. And we'll do the same thing down here. We'll put a little glue on the top side of the tab, and then we'll pull the tab back and glue it to the top side of that flower. Now the trick is not to glue everything together and not to get too much glue on your fingers. Okay, in order to get the flower to fold correctly, the outer flower here is going to go up, go in and twist up. And as that happens, the bottom flower will get pushed together. So that when your card is closed, the outer flower is now going this way. And then when it opens, the flower pops around the other way. In my next video, I will show you how I have taken parallel folds, ankle folds, top edge pop-ups, and rotation, and turned it into a very complex project that's taking me days, possibly weeks, to complete. Until then, have fun using the packet that I've provided and practicing the different cuts and folds. Thanks for watching.